Hello, it's Mary Sue Dahill, your host of CRM Success Secrets. I'm here again with some more information really on how to use your CRM or to evaluate your CRM in your business. Most of my clients use their CRM as like that central hub in their business. And it's hard to know how well it's really doing. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Um, I really consider the CRM the heartbeat of the business. So if you think about, you as a person, you need a health checkup every once in a while, and so do your systems. So let me talk you through what to look at and this really cool new tool that I have available if you'd like to download. So, first, what exactly is a CRM? I know I talk about it all the time on this podcast, but let me just get us all on the same page. The CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. And it's a combination of strategies, practices, and yes, technology that you use to handle and, just really understand what's going on with your customer relationships. In simpler terms, to me, it is both your processes for managing your customers and your technology. So, a lot of technologies are called CRM, just like the one I sell, which is called Work Smarter CRM. But I want to, emphasize that your processes really are what drive the technology. It's not the other way around. Some of my people I've spoken to, prospects, have come to me and they're kind of looking for a tool that will tell them how to manage their clients, and that's not ideal because how you manage your clients, your interactions, is what differentiates you as a business to me. Than anyone else that does something very similar. So you want to make sure you have a customer relationship management process and that your CRM can emulate that in its systems and software. So now that we know what a CRM is, um, why is a CRM useful to your business? And I'm going to cover three things because that goes into what you need to evaluate when you do a health check of your CRM. First, CRM was originally invented years and years ago for sales efficiency, and there are still a lot of salespeople that use a spreadsheet for sure to track their sales, um, leads, where they are in the process, all that kind of stuff. But the CRM, that's what it's meant to do. If you have a good CRM, then it will have a sales pipeline that allows you to customize what your stages are and track where someone is in that process. And the cool thing with a CRM is that with an all-in-one type CRM, which is what I sell, is that you can automate some of that tracking. If they schedule a sales call, if they download a certain something you sent them, all those things, you can be tracking what's going on so it can help you make the right next move. And that leads into our second thing, which is data driven decisions. So a CRM captures a lot of data about, people, your contacts, and what they're doing, and what's working and what's not. So, which you cannot get in a spreadsheet, you can't get in a Trello board. You would really have to be doing a lot of, data or creating data to be able to analyze it with those other tools. So, there have been a lot of decisions I make based on the data that I've collected in my CRM. One of my early things when I was first getting started was I was tracking the number of downloads of my lead magnets. And so I knew how many people downloaded each one. And I had like a little system for how I promoted a particular lead magnet. And I could tell which ones were more interesting to my client base. So that was really helpful information. What kind of content do they want to hear about from me? What did they find unique and different from other companies that are similar to me? And so that has helped me hone my content for sure. Other decisions I've made based on data Well, you may have read my blog from a few months ago where I analyze data across all of my clients. Most of my clients are coaches and consultants. And so I pulled a list of like their metadata, high level, to evaluate their activity and kind of break them into, top tier, middle, and bottom. And you could really see a huge difference in the activity level of a business that is thriving and one that is not thriving. So, um, data, 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 and your CRM captures it in a myriad of ways. And you do have to think about how, what's most interesting to you. But for the most part, it will capture lots of information that is very helpful. The third thing is scalability. So as your business grows, especially when we're small, and I'm going to repeat that, especially when we're small, we don't have the funds to be hiring a bunch of people to basically be doing data entry for us. It's really a waste of money, and it limits our ability as business owners to invest more appropriately or simply to be profiting from our efforts more. So scalability is important. And when you use an all-in-one CRM type solution, you could be automating a lot of that quote unquote paper pushing. So CRM systems are really built to create that seamless experience. Your customers notice it too, because if you're using a CRM solution strategically, they should feel like, especially their onboarding process is smooth and supportive throughout the whole thing. And other ways that you can be using your CRM for scalability. So the question I started off with is, are my systems ready for growth? Because every business should be trying to grow. Maybe you're simply trying to offer a new product. Maybe this is the year where, you've really gone from just having a few clients and honing your message and your product to knowing that your product is on point and you're really ramping up on the number of people that you're onboarding. So your systems need to be able to scale with you. So let's talk about how you evaluate if your systems are ready to scale. So honestly, that's why I created this scorecard. I'm calling it CRM to Scale scorecard, and it's really designed to make it easier for you to figure out what's working and what needs a bit more fine tuning in your systems. And it's not only going to give you a clear picture of what's happening, but it's also going to provide some really fantastic recommendations. And if you send me your results, I will also send you some very personalized recommendations back. So it's pretty cool. So what's included in the scorecard? So I have 6 kind of topic areas in the scorecard. The first is activity. And this really just checks how well, like, you're doing the basics, growing your mailing list, expanding your network, and nurturing your relationships. And it's about the activity around that. How many people did you add to your mailing list in the last month? How many appointments did you schedule in the last month? Because that matters. And so we kind of give a ranking to those kind of questions. The next one is CRM usage. So, do you have one and are you using it? I mean, those are the 2 basic questions in that section. The third area is mailing list. So, this is about, do you have the right tools to be growing your mailing list seamlessly? So that when someone opts into your lead magnet, that they're getting a good welcome, that you're kind of responding to them appropriately, and that you're marking them as opted in. And in this one, I also talk about email, but also text marketing, because that is becoming more and more prevalent. And if you are capturing people's cell phone numbers, you need to be opting them in properly. So that's something in there as well. The fourth area is sales. So obviously sales is the lifeblood of your business. And so this section just focuses on what processes do you have in place to build relationships, including follow-up and outreach. Third is marketing. And honestly, this is where everyone gets stuck, including myself. I've certainly been trapped by wanting to follow the latest and greatest marketing trends and tactics in exclusion to doing sales activities because it's easier. To be honest with you, it's scary to do sales activities. I am getting over it, but it has been a challenge for me, but I realized that I was so focused on doing marketing tactics because it makes me feel like I'm, active in my business, that it was kind of a deterrent for me doing the sales activities. So this section is talking about what nurturing activities do you have in place. It's not actually talking about your new promotion as much as it is just nurturing activities. And then finally, operations. This is one that gets overlooked a lot, but really important if your systems are interconnected and if they're running smoothly in your business. So, you can't go wrong improving your operations. And operations is where, when you're scaling, things will usually fall apart. So, how do you get the CRM to scale scorecard? So it is very simple. The URL is www.crmtoscale.com, and you'll be able to get the scorecard and download it and fill it out. It really probably only takes 10 minutes. And the way that I built it is that I'm only asking questions that are important, and the questions are actually prioritized from top down in priority. So first one, important. The fifth one is really important. However, you kind of need that first one in place before you can even do anything about the fifth question. So it really could become your whole game plan for building out your systems. So when should you be doing a CRM to scale scorecard? I would say once to twice a year. Definitely once, because your business changes enough in a year that you probably want to check it out, including me. And twice if you're doing a lot of changing and adjusting in your business. That could be because maybe you were doing one-on-one coaching and now you're doing group coaching, or you started offering an online course. Those are all transition points where you want to evaluate your systems. Another point that you want to evaluate your systems is when you've hired a person to take on a lot of your admin tasks that will adjust how things are done. So definitely once, possibly twice a year. And like I said, it takes 10 minutes. There is really great kind of overall recommendations that you will receive when you complete it. And if you email it to me, I will respond with some very specific personalized feedback. So let me know what you think about it, and we will, hopefully get your CRMs ready to rock and scale. So thank you for joining me for CRM Success Secrets, and I'll see you next episode.